Why can't I see me? Well, what in the heck? Bear with me. Bear with me. One watcher. I'm trying to get where I can see what's going on, guys. So. It's not letting me see me from my account on my other phone. So I'll grab my other phone and see if I can see me from my grandson's account. Although I did put on there it's not made for kids. Oh. Grandson can't watch me live. I'm gonna just keep switching phones. Eventually I'll get on with one of my accounts. YouTube. Yeah, see, it doesn't show. Oh, there we go. No, I can see me with me. It doesn't show. No, I can see me with me. One watcher. All right. One watcher. So this is my my little ring making station set up right here in my kitchen. I gotta turn this volume down. There's a delay, probably a loop for the one watcher. Whoever's watching me, hey, thanks. I got it set up now where I can see the comments because the phone I'm recording with, I have to see the backside of it. Anyhow, no. Shh. Go away. Oh yeah, these buttons are backwards on this one. All right. So I'm trying. Well, hi, Rachel. I'm actually trying to finish Zach's ring, unless this is Zach watching on Rachel's account. I started this before I went on vacation. You can see it's right here on the lathe. And in the meantime, we got a lot more stuff. This desk is kind of turned into a catch-all, and I need to get it straightened up, get some things put away, and then I can get to work again. So I pretty much have space for everything. I've just got to get everything put where it goes. Oh, this is open. So, oh yeah, a whole bunch more sanding stuff. smaller drums, bigger drums, arbors. And I thought, since I'm going to sit here, now I didn't bother to see who else is live. Zach is out of commission right now. Did he get into some gluten? I was actually going to call him earlier. See how things are going. You know what I'm talking about. What do we have here? All kinds of polishing and buffing wheels and attachments. Woohoo! Oops, I just dropped one. It looks like they're better than the ones I had. Two. Oh, this one's a stone. Fairly good grit on that. So these things, if you can see, I've got one on right now. And as soon as you spin it up, the little hairs start pulling out of it. And then you'll have one rogue hair, and when you go to try to polish something, it just throws the polish all off. These ones feel like they're made differently, so hopefully that works out better. Because that was pretty frustrating the other day. I was trying to polish out a hole in one of our rocks. It didn't go so well. I lost the lid to my knife. That's not it. Well, we're just going to set that there till it turns up. Use that quick. Tough day at work. Yeah, I know that feeling. I finished that flooring job up I've been doing yesterday. I had to move all that furniture back. And there was one like wooden chest that was full of photos. I don't exactly know how I moved it out. Maybe I drug it across the floor, but I couldn't drag it this time on a new floor. So I just picked it up and tough manned it, and oh boy, was my back killing me last night. I had intended on doing this last night. We got 80 grit, 240 grit, and a bunch of miscellaneous. 80, 120, and 240. So I'm guessing these random ones are the 120s. So that's cool. Hopefully they're a little bit better quality than the Harbor Freight ones. So anyhow, yeah, I didn't do anything last night. Sat in the hot tub and watched YouTube videos, and that was about the extent. Still didn't find the lid. I just had it. The chair sounds like it's trying to break on me. It's so dry in here that need to just set them out on the porch for the night. Let them get swollen back up again. Yeah, I really don't know where that cap went for that. I'm going to have to watch the video back and see where I... Did I crush up a Yooper? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, you haven't seen any of this, have you? So, right here, take me a second to, oh, and then I just throw it down on the ground. All right, where is right here? I can show. Go ahead and turn the super bright light off. I don't know if you can see that through the camera, but I know you can see it on the ring. Yeah. Closing time. I'm just kidding. We're not closing. There we go. You guys see it on the ring here? There's a delay in the camera. But believe me when I tell you, that ring is glowing bright orange right now. Hopefully you catch a little glimpse of it. I'll try to. But yes, I managed to get some crushed up. And have, so since this one's Zach's ring, it's his Yooperlites, and then there is some crushed garnets set in there. Let's see, right there, and then all the way around right there. And then, oh no, wait, there's the crushed garnets, and then right here is crushed garnets. And then right here is crushed quartz. And I've got to do the crushed quartz on the other side yet. And then I'm going to turn it, and it gets 2 settings of black sand, and it's going to get 2 flecks of gold. And the garnets, the quartz, the black sand, and the gold all came from Nugget Lake, where Zach has been a big part of, and some of this is gold that him and I got together, and black sand that him and I got together. And then this is the pile of Yooperlite small stones, I think. Yeah. Get this in there if you guys can see that or not. Turn the bright light off again. I hope that's showing up on the camera, how bright orange those are turning. But that's the little stuff. I ended up crushing up one of the other rocks that Zach gave me because I didn't get this when I wanted to start. So, but it doesn't take much. It really, honestly, it's surprisingly how little you actually need. And then these are actually garnets in here too, but they're still coated in the rock. They're a little bit bigger, but they're not red until you really, really get looking at them. So, oh, these don't even belong here. There's a few things on this desk that don't belong here, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of. This piece of oak doesn't belong here, but I'm going to keep it. So I got something to beat things on. And I'm not sure what this was. It turns kind of purpley. Oh, I think this was that concretion rock. We're just gonna, whatever that was, I'm sure I have more of it somewhere. So yeah, started on this ring for vacation. Oops, just knocked you guys over on this side. And then I set this here for now. I worked on it. Well, actually, I was cruising right along with it, and then Zach showed up, and we went out into the garage for a few hours. And then I worked on it one other time after that. that's when I got the 3 different stones set in there. And I forget what happened that I stopped at that point. So and then we went on vacation. So it has just been, started messing with it again the other night. And then I really just didn't get anything done with it. So, and then the last few times I've wanted to sit down here and try to do something, the desk has looked like this. So I need room to move. And I definitely found out that, especially when I'm crushing this stuff up, because I've got all these different glow powders and you know, all this different fluorescent stuff all around here from the other projects. And there's 2 more handfuls like this. I don't think of it any other time, but since this light is going to have to be seen, or this ring is going to have to be seen under a black light, when you start shining the black light around on my desk, you see that everything's got some kind of funky color glitter. So, yeah, I really have to have a clean spot when I'm smashing up the Yooperlites, because otherwise you end up with, instead of just the orange and the Yooperlite, you end up with all kinds of purples. And so, down to 2 watchers. I hope you're still here, Rachel, because I'm mostly talking to you. Let's see. Put this on this. Yeah, that's a good spot for that. What's in here? Quartz, which I'm going to need one of them eventually. This is just empty. Put that down there for now. That goes there. Boy, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. The top to my knife still didn't turn up though. That's so weird. I was sitting in this chair when I took it off. Still here. All right. I was gonna go live the other night too, but I've joined in with a bunch of other of the gold prospectors and the gem prospectors on YouTube. And it sure seems like there's always somebody doing a live broadcast. And a lot of them are doing their monthly giveaways. So it's just hard to find a spot to pop on when you're not in direct competition with someone doing the exact same thing. I don't see the cap of my knife down there, unless it fell in the bottom of my coffee cup. Yeah, that is really, really baffling me. It's a very sharp knife, too. That's why it's nice to have the cap on it. But I hope I didn't. I threw a handful of stuff away. I hope I didn't have it in there. Luckily, I just took the garbage out, so there isn't much in here. isn't a cap in there. Yep, I'm at a total loss as to where it went. The live video when I was looking for the gems, did you see me and Marshall did one too? And that's the reason I didn't go live with that, because I wanted better quality. And you can see quite a bit more in that one. And we found, other than we didn't find any rubies or garnets, that was bang for the buck, a way better bag. There was so much more stuff in that one. The next time you're here, I'm just going to set it all out for you to pick through, because it's really neat to dig through it and see it all. And some of the rocks are, I don't know, I'm still really new at the rock part of this, but it's definitely a neat side quest, because the gold, I mean, I won't say the gold gets boring. It'll never get boring, but it's kind of wash, rinse, repeat. And then, you always wish there was more. But with the, here, it's right here. It was right next to the tray, right in front of me. But I found it. Good job. So with the gold, it kind of gets repetitive. So it's nice to switch it up. And, some of these cool rocks we're finding when we're cracking them open and whatnot. It's so neat to see what's on the inside, or when I cut them. Oh, boy, Rob, how you doing, buddy? Well, I almost have the whole desktop cleared off. There's a couple of things that I don't have room to put somewhere right now. And that's fun though, because I can at least get back to work now. This is the rest of the quartz. Cool. I need that. This is the belt for the sewing machine motor. I hope this glue is good, because I didn't put the cap back on. And those don't look like they've got any life left. And this is the bit I've been using, so we'll keep this right out. Awesome. I'm just going to stand over here and get this washed up and get a rag to wipe that table down. I'm going to start making some noise. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up at like 3 in the morning, and I tried to go back to sleep. But at 4:30 in the morning, my mind was going 100 miles an hour. So I came out and cleaned the kitchen, stacked all our rocks up and organized them and kind of put them away because they were everywhere. And I cleaned a little bit on this desk. I got a lot of stuff off the desk that just plain didn't belong here. But I just didn't want to commit to sitting down and tackling this part of it. But anyhow, no harm, no foul, because it's all done now. And sweet, that'll work from there. All right. So what I do with these rings, for the two of you that are here watching, is they come as a blank. I was hoping to find one already out. And then you can inlay the blank with different stones and glow powders. And there's a couple of different techniques for inlaying them. This one's got some garnet and I don't know what else I put in there. It's not just garnet. It might just be black rocks. And so this was just kind of our practicing. I think there's a couple more. My wife did one. It's underneath the camera, so I can't grab it. This is one I did. This might be the one she did. Oh, I think this is one I did. This was supposed to be straight orange, and I somehow got black with it. And it worked out. Because the black and the orange look decent together, and it's my daughter's school colors, so I mean it ended up being a win, but that wasn't what I was trying to do at all. But it was all about the technique mostly, and what works, what doesn't work, what I should try, what I shouldn't try. So on this one here, I just thought that I would do the Yooperlite in 8 settings. And I put the Yooperlite in first, and then I actually use the Dremel tool and then this bit here to remove enough space in the ring to set my stones in. And it's kind of a process, but it goes fairly well. I thought it would be a little bit more controlled than to put the stones in first. And then I plan on the last thing I'm going to inlay is some gold. And I see when they make some of these rings, they'll use like gold leaf, and they just put it all in with the rocks and then they sand it away. And you sanding away gold leaf isn't a big deal. But like this gold I'm planning on using is actually gold that I have hammered, and it's, you know, it's a 1/16 of an inch by 3/32 of an inch. So I can't have it sticking up and getting sanded off in the polishing process. So it needs to be below grade with clear over the top. And I thought the easiest way, I don't know if that piece right there is showing up stuck to the side of this or not, but that's going to go. I have to wait for the delay. Yeah, you see that piece stuck to the glass right there. But that's going to be set in the ring so that when you spin it around, you see the piece of gold. So that's my plan anyway. And if I don't get it deep enough, then when I spin this up to polish it, I'll end up polishing the gold and it'll be gone. And then I have to go gold mining again. So I see we got 3 watchers now. Hello to whoever. I am watching chat. So well, this next part here is going to be kind of loud. But it shouldn't be too bad. Just a little bit of grinding. Ooh. Well, that's not going to work. My tool is not centered in there at all. Let's try to get that centered up a little better. See if that works better. Not really. When this gonna get this part over with. It's loud, it'll take me a few seconds. Basically just putting a dent in the inlay. Once it gets going, it goes pretty quick. A little droppy drop. See the bottom of the ring. So I don't think you're able to really see what I just did, but there is now a hole in there that, well, I'll have to dry out. And then once I dry that out, I can glue my quartz in. And I do need to get a piece of paper. I've used all the paper up out of my drawer. I'll be right back. I use the paper for a couple things. One, to catch whatever falls, and I can just put it right back in again. And I sometimes use it to actually put the stuff in. So I am going to, if I can find where that lighter went, I'm going to heat this up and get it to dry out. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Everything's right in front of me and I can't see it. Oh no, not gold mining again. Yeah, that's going to be happening soon. As soon as the snow quits. So I'm just spinning this, hitting it with a lighter. I'm going to be gluing that, so I don't want any water in that hole. It really shined up. Nice. All right, so do the old Foley paper trick. I won't tell you where I learned that from. And then I have one piece in this that doesn't belong in there. I see all of my tools are dirty. And by dirty, I mean they have some form of, oh, this one's a clean one. Oh, no, it's got a little bit of orange, a little bit of green, a little bit of purple. So there's the dust. The dust gets on there, and then, like I said, this is a ring where you're going to be looking at it underneath a black light. I only want the colors I'm trying to put in there, not the different glows. So I'm just going to dump this into this sheet of paper. Like I said, there's one big piece in there that doesn't belong. This is a more of an amber. Could even possibly be a piece of topaz, but I don't think it is. And this piece here is just a little bit bigger than I want. So if the rest of those, all right. And then I'm going to just get them popped into this tool. So that should be ready for me. And I have super thin adhesive, which is going to need a new tip. The super thin adhesive, man, it's basically super glue, but holy cow, is it runny. Just unbelievably runny. But it gets in there and it fills that hole all in really well. And then when I put my gems in, it holds them really well. All right. So it's filled up. I'm going to fill up that hole. And then I'm just going to sacrifice a finger to put some pressure on it. And there we go. Now I'll have a sticky finger for the rest of the night, but my gems are all packed in there. And holy cow. And then the super thin, if you just go ahead and put a layer of it all around it, just like that, it fills in all the little cracks and voids so that now when I machine this back down, it will be full. And I already went around this once and picked out any other. Actually, I put the worst spots where I set the gems since I was picking them out anyway. But you pick out where the gems go, or you pick out the bad spots and you fill them back in with more of that glue, and that fills the void. And if it's a really bad spot, you can fill it in with the glue and then add more of whatever material. In this case, it would have been the Yooperlite, which I did do that in one spot. So I'm going to set this one in here. And then there's this cool spray. Let me get this out of here. It's an accelerator that makes that glue lock right up right now. So, and it smells kind of like flowers, I guess. I don't know. Hard to explain. And then the next step, I'm going to be sanding that down so it doesn't have a lump there anymore. And then at that point, I'm going to take the ring off and I'm going to clock it 45 degrees so I can put the spots that I've already set. If you look at this collet, if it shows up, there's a line. Every 90 degrees, there's a line, and that's where I set the stones. And so instead of trying to guess halfway between the lines, I'm just going to clock the ring to where all the stones are halfway between the lines. And then I'm going to start setting on the lines again. So I don't have to guess where right in the middle is. I can just determine that one time and be done. So it takes a little bit for that glue to set up. If I get on it too soon, it'll gum up my sandpaper, and it could potentially fail. You know, it could peel out. that looks good. So if you can see, I'll pull this over into the camera. It's just a little Harbor Freight grinder. Yeah, well, it's almost in the camera. I'm about out of cord. And then it has the Dremel tool on it. So I like it because it doesn't have a lot of weight in the part that I'm holding here. It's nice and light, easy to maneuver. I don't so much like having the cord, but like a cordless Dremel doesn't have near the power this thing has, and it gets really hot in your hand. And a corded Dremel, if you already have a cord, you still don't have the power that this thing has. It's what, 1.3 amps. It doesn't say how many horse it is, but I'm telling you, there's a way more snort there than any Dremel, any handheld Dremel's got. And then plus every once in a while we use the grinder part, not so much for the rings. There is a buffing wheel on the one side, but it's just nice. It's quiet. It sits right there, and it's handy to have. And this thing right here, which I'm pretty sure this is the drum from it, works amazing for doing your dog's nails. She didn't care for it that much, but her nails look so good now, and she's almost whisper quiet when she walks across the hard floor now. They were getting pretty bad. She doesn't run them off like she used to. She's getting old. But all right, little test has me thinking that that's nice and hard. So use the water to help keep it cool, because the glue will heat up and get gooey, or it could actually get hot and release your entire inlay. And the ring itself is stainless, which is incredibly tough, so you can kind of sand right down to the ring. It hardly scratches it, and it doesn't flatten it out or nothing. And once you get it kind of close, then you can spin it and finish it off to get the lump on, which I'm going to do that next. So that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. 4 watchers. So this is just a piece of 100 grit sandpaper, and you can hear that. That's that lump. But it doesn't really take long to get the sandpaper good and wet, and it helps. Again, keep the sandpaper cool, and it just makes it a little easier to sand back and forth. Some stuff sands a lot harder, but the quartz doesn't seem to be too bad. It already feels pretty good. I know I've been doing these one at a time because it seems like the rings where I set a bunch of stones in, just like the first stone that makes your finger pop away, then it skips 3 stones. And it just seemed to really take a long time to get them to smooth out. But you can hear this one's already got nice and quiet. So, hi Sheila. Hi guys, I'm on live. You can come and join me. Okay, dye your hair. Tommy, you can join in the comments. Said you can join in the comments. Huh? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube.
Mom, I don't like smooth fresh. It's sticky.
It's just like the freezer.
I know, I hate it. Close it right away. It's like vacuum sealed.
Yeah. You let all that hot air in, and then when you close it, it condenses and it sucks the door right shut. We got a new to us freezer or refrigerator this week, and if you open the door and then close it again, and then try to or you open the door and close it and then try to open it again right away, you can't open it because all the warm air condenses and it just creates a big vacuum in there. All right, so that part is done. Now there will be a lot. Actually, there's a little bit there that I might as well, since everything's wet, I'll hit that a little more. I will be doing a final sand on this and a polish where I go from 100 grit all the way to 3000 grit, and then we get the polishes out, and then it just looks wet when you're done. But for now, I'm just trying to keep it smooth between stages. So, I feel it getting hot, and there's water on the tray. Nothing special about the sandpaper, just regular sandpaper. There's a round disc, and I cut them into strips. Just a lot easier to use every last bit of it like this. Definitely feel a little lump in there yet. One more fresh piece on there, see if I can knock that down. Sheila, I don't know in the beginning part of the video, but I just started out cleaning up my work area here because I've taken a few weeks off since I started this ring, and the workspace was kind of cluttered, so I got it nice and clean. And this is a Yooperlite ring, and I've got 2 settings of garnets and 2 settings of quartz. Video quality just dropped. You guys stealing all my Wi-Fi? Is that what's going on? What? Looks like it picked up again. You guys let me know if the video quality takes off. Should be good, but everybody's home now, so. But anyhow, yeah, so I set 2 settings of garnets in here and then 2 settings of quartz. I plan to rotate it and do 2 settings of black sand and then 2 settings of gold. That is a lot smoother. I feel one little dink in there yet, but I can't quite feel where it's at. Boy, it's looking neat though. And then that sanding, really getting it wet and sanding it, I can see my stones. Where? Oh yeah, the video quality just dropped tremendously. I'm gonna grab this and see if I can transmit with my 5G. Yeah, all right there. All right, it says I'm live. Oh boy, it looks like I'm live. All right. Hopefully I'm back. Tell me guys if you can see me. All right. So I switched my broadcasting phone over to my 5G versus the Wi-Fi, so that I don't have any competition with the people and the phones in my house. And the Wi-Fi here is, I'm lucky if I get a 2 meg upload. So cool, looks good. All right. So right there we can see there is garnets and there's a quartz, and right there is a garnet, and right there is a quartz. And I am going to take the ring out now. I'll actually try to zoom in on it for you. And then I'm going to be putting it back in, orientated 45 degrees to where it is now, so that I can set my next 4 settings and not have to guess. Come on, you can do it. Boy, oh boy. There we go. I'm gonna have to clean that up. It gets glued right on. All right, so let me get this phone back where I can see what's happening again. I'll try to really give you guys a better idea of what's going on here. Trying to show you the orange. Boy, where is the video quality going? Oh, there it snapped back into decent again. Like I said, I don't know if you can see the orange from the Yooperlite in there, but it's there. You just got to trust me. And I'm going to spin this up and clean it quick. There I go. There's a little speck of glue on there that didn't want to come off. Still a little chunker of glue in there, but I have to spin it again. Oh, I think I got it now. Still just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to affect me. All right, so garnet right there. That should give me my spacing. I only have to guess one time. See if it's true. good. Putting a little something on the edge there. Not anymore. Did you guys hear it pop off? It's still there a little bit. Yeah, much better. Oh, Rachel says she saw a bit. Cool. I'm glad you did. So now I have to set up again with the black sand. I was tempted to put a little bit of glow powder in with the black sand, but I don't think I need to. It's going to have plenty of its own glow. Hey, Cuevos, how you doing? I'm working on a ring tonight, made out of some Yooperlites and quartz and garnets. I'm about to put some black sand in there, and then the last step will be gold. So it's basically going to have 8 settings, 2 garnets, 2 quartz, 2 black sands, and 2 golds. And I'm hoping to get that all done and polished up. And this one will be done then. Now that I'm back from my North Carolina trip, I have a bunch more rocks and gems and things. And I've got a bunch of other ring ideas in mind. But I needed to get this one out of here. It's been sitting here half done since before I went to North Carolina. So, no, I'm in Wisconsin. But we just were down in North Carolina right before you were. When you were down in the Creek Benzo, we were there Monday and Tuesday, and then you guys were there, I think, on Saturday or Sunday or both days. You and Wrench and all them. But I'll be coming back, and I'm going to look you up when I do. So I'm trying to get my tool centered up again here. It doesn't center it. Boy, that's terrible. Straighten up some there. I'm going to get my first hole made here. It's going to be loud for a second. I think I'm just going to do the other side right away. And I can do both black sands at once. Tough spot there for sure. Yeah, I got it. Aha. A little bit more. Camera's acting up again. Yeah, hopefully it straightens out. Oh yeah, I see it going in and out. All right. Soak the water up. Ooh, centered up really nicely. That one needs to be a little bit bigger though. Go after it again. All right. Use a lighter to dry it out again. It is going bonkers, isn't it? It's a bummer. We have three watchers. Sheila, did you get your spoon? Awesome. Did you see Jason the Flower Gold Wizard was using his last Saturday in his video? I gave him one last time I bumped into him at the creek. Oh, not yet. You didn't get your spoon. Well, it's coming. Just thought maybe if I moved the camera away from the wall, it would straighten up a little bit. It seems to be a little better, I guess. Well, yeah, no problem, Sheila, no problem. I'm getting pretty low on spoons. I'm not just going to openly talk about them anymore. I'm going to see how many people watch that video where I was really pushing them and the ones before that. Would you looky there? I put it over there and it got all fuzzy again. What in the heck? Because I think I've got, well, there's 6 in the garage. I got one more here. So I know I have to send one out to my boy, and I've got 4 or 5 of them that I use floating around, but okay, now I have to find the black sand. That looks like enough. Maybe I try just changing the angle for you guys. Didn't really want it to be where it was right in the way. The golden spoon made you laugh, Rachel? There's one of them at your house somewhere. Probably more than one. I think you might have been with the day when I bought. Oh no, I don't know if that might have been when me and Donna were up there. I gotta go back to the bin store and see. I mean, I'm sure I won't find any more golden spoons, but if I do, I'm gonna buy them all. Okay, what was I doing? Put some black sand in a scooper, put it in the ring. Making sure I have a clean scooper and clean black sand. Maybe since we're looking, maybe you guys can see the ring lighting up. Looking good. Okay. Give me some. There we go. I got a scooper full of sand. Just going to set that off to the side. Hopefully my glue didn't get hard already. Feels good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It ran right out of there. Okay, black sand, in you go. I missed the hole completely. There, I know for sure it's in there now. Another sticky finger. Hopefully in Alberta you've got more than flour gold. I watched that Dan Hurd in BC, and holy cow. Every time he goes out, he's like, oh, here's a 5-pound nugget, and here's $1,000 piece of ocean picture stone, and here's my hard rock mine with this and that, and it's as bad as watching those guys in Australia tripping over more gold than I'm ever gonna find. All right, fill in this hole. Boom, full of glue. See if I can actually hit my target this time, and I did. All right, get that all smeared in. Perfection. Very black dot, which is what I was shooting for. I just hope that the red and the white show up as much as that black shows up. Boy, is that visible. Okay. I like the way that looks. Oh, I am just gonna hit it with another little dab of this just to fill in any imperfections. Another one there. And then give her a little spritz of the hardener. I'll let that sit for a minute while I clean this up. Now the next one is going to be the hardest one, because I have to try to get that little itty bitty speck of gold right exactly in where I want it. And glue that wants to set up really fast. It's super sticky and super runny. But if it doesn't work, I'll dig it out and try again. What color is your hair going to be this time? Brown? Huh.
This one.
Light ass brown.
It's an ash.
Oh, ash? The next province over, BC, Fraser Valley has all the good gold nuggets. 14-hour drive one way from my location. I just drove 14 hours to get to North Carolina to find gold only a little bit bigger than what we find in Wisconsin. But I didn't just go for the gold. I went because it was 50-degree weather. And luckily, while I was down there, it was negative 35 here in Wisconsin. So I skipped that whole cold snap. But I'm going to let that cure for a few more minutes, seconds, minutes, whichever. Top this coffee off. Are you laughing in there, Donna, because of the ash brown?
Yeah.
you watching the live or are you Facebooking?
I'm not Facebooking, but I'm also not watching the live.
I just wondered if it looks good on your phone.
I can look.
What I see, it's in and out. They're telling me it's good and bad. Although it seems to be better with the camera not up against the wall. Yeah, we were lucky. It was still cold there. I mean, the extended forecast before I left for North Carolina said we were going to see like 60-degree days. But we knew it was still going to be cold at night, and we were sleeping in a tent, but we had a heater. But the whole trip got changed because the cold snap followed us down there. All the weather forecasts changed right when we left. We didn't get to go where we wanted to go. The Uahari was a second backup plan, and it worked out really well. I mean, camping was free, and we had a great time. And we got, the one day, I think it was over 52 both days. We might even saw 54 the one day, which, we haven't seen 50s here since November, September, somewhere in there. So, do I make several rings? This is my third ring. Everything here in front of me is new last month. We've been kind of looking at what we could do with these garnets and these other gems and the cool rocks that we're finding. And I just came across an ad for these. You can buy these ring kits. They'll send you everything you need to make a ring. Now they're anywhere from $150 to $300 for the kit. And then they're using an actual benchtop lathe. This is a drill press that I'm using that's mounted sideways into this desk. It's a drill press that I've had for over 10 years and almost never gets used because I have a bigger one. So I just have it where I can turn it on and it spins the ring. And I've got a bunch of these different collets that are different sizes for the different rings. And you can buy different blanks. You can buy gold ones. This one here is a black ceramic blank. And I have big plans for this one. But I'm going to get better at this before. So the stainless I can sand pretty hard on without scratching it. The ceramic will scratch, and it can be a pain to get the scratches out. So I'm going to wait till I get better at this before I tackle that one. But this was my first ring, I think. Oh, maybe this one was my first ring. But, yeah, one of these two was my first ring. And again, it was just practicing, getting used to the equipment, getting used to the different materials. And I watched 1,000 hours of YouTube videos. And so, yeah, between me and my wife, this will be ring number 5. I've made 2, she's made 2, and this is my third one. But I have a bunch of different gems now. All of them. Ones in those the videos. We'll be crushing a bunch of those up. I'm looking forward to making something with these. Pull these out of here. These came from a gem shop in Nashville, and they're chalcopyrite. So this one's really blue, and it's got some gold to it. This one's got some purples and a rainbow prismatique look to it. So basically I hit that with a hammer and crush it up. This has kind of got purples and bronzes in it. And then this one's got purple. It actually looks like this has a piece of lead in it. There's a silver chunk right there. So, and then they also gave me a whole bag of dust. So I actually get to practice with the dust before it's already crushed up, before I have to crush these rocks up. So, right now it's just a hobby. At some point, I'd like to start maybe taking some custom orders and making rings for people. The other thing with these ones too is they're full of glow powder, and I'll never be able to get you to see it on the camera. But if you shut the lights off, this one glows, and it's pretty neat. I didn't realize how much they, and then the black light really makes them do crazy stuff. So, okay. I don't know that I'm really going to have to sand that with the Dremel. I'm going to try to just spin this one and sand it, because that black sand should just come right out. I'm going to give it a whirl. If I have to get the Dremel out, I will. It should just mostly be glue. Yeah, I think this will be fine. It seems to be smoothing out already. Since the camera is right there, I might as well really get you involved here. Down here. Have to just scooch over. There we go. Clean up. Getting closer. Something on there I can feel catching. There. Using my spoon like it's a real lathe. I think I got it. There's definitely something over on this edge. Can't feel it with that finger, it's got glue on it. But I think I got it there. It's much better. Yeah. I have had it grab the rag once. It happened to Donna too. It'll rip the rag right out of your hand, and if that happens now, it's going to hit the camera or the phone. It's going to clear the tray for me. But it's not like it's a gear-driven lathe, so I do believe it would stop before it did too much damage. So there's our black, and then white, and then that'll be gold, and that's garnet, and then black, and that one's white again, and that one will be gold, and there's a garnet. And so they're hard to see now, but once I get, oh, that's what I was hitting. It's not even on the ring, it's on the mandrel. So I kept feeling it off to this side. It's just a big chunk over here of glue, which I'm not going to mess with right now. All right, so it does look like there's a little dimple where that black is, so I'm going to have to fill a little bit more glue on that before I finish. Raise that back up again. But so right here and straight across from it's where the gold pieces are going to go. And that means I have to Dremel again. And that's going to be loud. Once I get that done, it'll be finishing touches. We'll have this thing whipped into shape in no time. Another big gulp of coffee. Okay. Just make sure I'm in the right spot. Garnet's there. It's not black sand, so that's got to be the right spot. So in those ones, I definitely didn't try to go as deep. And because I don't want the gold to be that far below the surface, but I need it to be far enough to where I can sand it flat again and not sand the gold out. So you just started looking for gold in September? Oh yeah, okay. How many years have you been prospecting? I just started this summer. Been very interested in it for a long time. But I had a business that I just couldn't get away, couldn't make the time. I've been watching Jason from the Flower Gold Wizard over on the beach, which I don't know, it's a 7-8 hour ride for me to go over to the beach where he's at. Maybe not even that long, 5 hour ride. And I was watching with his high bankers. I was like, man, I could make one of those high bankers and I could for sure do all that. That looks like fun. And I just never was able to get the time. And then this last summer, we started getting more and more stuff, and we just started making the time to do it. And I'm fully hooked now. I plan on spending some time in Montana this summer with my son, who lives he lives in Missoula, but he's got land east of Missoula that has a creek there that's already proven to be full of gold. So and he made a video he put out today. He's been practicing panning. I'm just trying to check the depth on this one. I think the depth is good, but I have to go this way over here a little bit. I'm just going to hit this a little more. And luckily for me, it's a hobby that my wife seems to enjoy too, although she's more into the cool rocks than the gold. And so, like I said, the two complement each other rather well. And like I said, she can sit in this chair and make these rings just like I can too. In the long run, she's probably going to end up being better at it than me. But I have to get this one out of her way first. All right, so now I have to figure out how to get these itty bitty little tiny pieces of gold I hammered out. I think I'm going to turn them upside down. Get out of there. And then we're going to let the water run out. So far, it's working. All right. Gold, 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 and 2 pieces of lead. The lead really hammers out easily, I'll tell you that. So those are actual pieces of gold that came from the Nugget Lake in the creek. They're itty bitty little tiny pieces of fly poop. Don't let their size fool you. And then I hammered them on a piece of stainless steel. I hammered them out flat like that to look big. So hopefully this next step goes well for me. And I managed to lose a little bit of gold in the process. Hammering gold out isn't the hard part. It's picking it up and finding it before, during, and after the hammering process. Okay, there's one. Let's see. And then when you do get it picked up, then it wants to do that. It just wants to stay. This is where I'm worried about how am I ever going to get this set in that glue. See, it's right there on the tip. I suppose you guys can't see what I'm doing over here. But raise you up and out. There we go. Camera's a little fuzzy, but so yeah, the gold is stuck on the tip of the tweezers there. And every time I try to move it off, it just gets stuck on the other tweezers. And then it likes to do this vanishing act like that. Oh, there it is. So my thought was if I could get it on the paper like that, that I might be able to pick it up and dab it in I don't know. Oh, that one I got picked up really well. There we go. That's my 2 big pieces. I'm really hoping I don't lose any. Okay. Just what I need right now. More coffee. Get that hand really shaking, right? I'm going to dry this out. So we taking bets on whether or not I can get this in the first try or not. Okay, I'm going to move you back over here. I'm even going to move the gold closer, I think. Get this aimed down. All right. I don't really know the best way to do this. Even with the tiny, tiny tweezers. I think I'm going to have to like do the chopstick thing and I've got a couple of these old glue tips. I've even got new glue tips that I can kind of use as a pusher. It would be great if I could just put a little dab of glue on the tip and pick the piece of gold up and set it in there and then knock it off. Sounds like an awesome theory, doesn't it? But, all right, my hole is full of glue. Let's try to get a little on the tip. I picked it up. I got it in the hole. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's how I want it and where I want it. I just don't know if it's deep enough. Now it's deep enough. You guys watched that live. That was on the first try. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to try just a little bit more to push it down because it looks like it might not quite be deep enough. And then we're just going to go, oh boy. If I spray that on to lock it in. I'm just blowing on it to try and set that up. I need to just turn this upside down. Oh, I think I got it though. I think it's below grade. I think there's glue on top of it. Oh no. Oh no. I glued it in on top of the black sand. That's not the hole. It went so perfectly. Yep, that's. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do you do? What do you do? All right, Sheila, I'll see you later. Well, I'm going to just Bob Ross that. We'll call it a happy little accident and move on. I can't believe. Wrong spot up. See if I can get lucky twice. Well, not that I was exactly lucky that time, but.
After I did color, oops, remember it's like blue now.
Yeah, and?
I got rid of all the funky color in it
But why is it blue?
because it was purple on the underneath.
Oh, okay.
So what color oops remember does is it strips all the old funky colors I had. So like when my hair was black and the red and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes rid of all the funky colors.
Goes and finds the next color.
Huh?
I see.
So it basically goes and finds the next color.
Yeah. So right now it's blue because my hair used to be blue.
So I got my first pack of gold glued in perfectly, but I glued it on top of the black sand and I didn't realize it.
I see.
Oh, are you listening and watching? Or?
Was did they see if your camera was good? It looks good.
Yeah. Perfect little imperfection. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to Bob Ross that. It's good enough for who it's for, right, Rachel? Oh, I got to dig out another piece of gold now.
I know it's like blue and black.
Those were the two biggest pieces I had, too. So we're going to get another piece of gold in there, but it ain't going to be as big. I could maybe try to put two in since I definitely got the getting it up and off part. I don't know. That piece looks like it'll be big enough.
We're gonna go over by Hanson.
What's over? Oh, the dog.
Somebody spotted it about an hour ago by Red Creek.
I would say,
I'm gonna bring something where I'm eating so he can sit and watch me. I'm just gonna sit there and let him come to me. And as soon as he comes to me, I'm gonna slip that leash over his neck.
try to bring Danny too, because he's from other dogs. So there is a lost dog in Black River. We've spent a couple of days trying to catch. People were passing through town. They just picked it up from a rescue, and it jumped over the lady, out over her lap, out the window of the car. And it's from 2 hours away, and she's from 2 hours away. So the dog has just been running around. It started out up by the truck stop in town, and it managed to get on the interstate. It got to my side of the river, which is an amazing feat that it made it down the interstate over the river. And then it has been seen in another neighborhood, honestly not too far from my house, but well, I got the piece of gold in there, but it's not laying down. It's on its edge. I don't know if you guys can see what's happening here. Oh, there, I got it to move. I guess I could try to dig. I'll just stick 2 in there. Hair it picked up with it.
You know where there's another leash we can bring down. But I want her to be on leash too. I want to keep that other leash for that other dog. It's got the slip collar.
Do you know where Danny's collar and
I don't. There's in between the garage doors. I think there's a leash hanging up. Uh-oh. Cops are trying to chase a guy by Taylor right now. If you hear the scanner in the background. And a little boy just showed up at a house on the road where the guy was last seen at, saying his dad crashed.
yeah, little kid barefoot.
So his dad's name is Jamie?
That is just one bird that you have up in head.
Yeah, I got a couple that like to just roguely crow. Well, all right, I'm gonna have to give up on that. I have a piece that I can get it stuck, but oh, now is it glued to my finger? What a mess. Guy's running from the cops with his kid in the car, crashes, and now the kid's trying to get him help.
I don't need the collar, just get a leash for her.
You said garage door?
Between the garage doors, hanging up on all that stuff, I think there's a horse rope. Okay, so now I'm going to spray this with the locker down spray. And hopefully that one on the black sand stays below grade. I think that was that black sand one that I said was a little low and I was going to have to fill. I wasn't planning on filling it with gold, but it's filled with gold. I'm going to let that sit. How can a little 6-year-old boy and his dad no, they said 6. Well, I don't see a 3-year-old being able to, maybe, I don't know. Well, that's nice. Look at this rag I've been using to wipe up with a sewing needle stuck.
Okay, stop. Where is all this stuff?
So once this sets up, oh no, that's not good. That piece of gold, dang it. That piece of gold on that one is in the top of the glue bubble right now. For sure gonna get sanded off. All right. Yeah, I just cut it right off from the ring, which means now I'm going to have to melt that glue off from there to get my piece of gold back. I'm going to have to gouge that hole back out with a Dremel. I'm just thinking when I turn it upside down to do the other one, it must have floated to the tip of the gold or to the tip of the glue. Because, yeah, there it is, stuck right to the knife. Dang it all. All right. I'm going to use my not so good tweezers. Get my little stainless pan. I'm going to see if I can burn that glue off the gold right away, so I can reuse that piece of gold. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go dig out a piece of gold from somewhere and beat it into submission, because I only had so many of these that were big enough to do this too. So I really need this piece of gold back. Oh, it's burning. Burning good too. Burn right up. Be gone. Nice. That's awesome. My piece of gold is right there. Clean. Out there. Something's working out for me at least. So those two are locked in. That's a black sand. That means that's supposed to be the gold. I'm gonna dress it up quick. Okay, I need to cut the tip of this off. So that was what was giving me grief before. It's getting hairy. I put my glue away. One dot of super thin glue. Get a little bit on the tip. Pick this piece of gold up.
I'm already en route towards that location for 145 seconds earlier.
Boy, everything worked great until it didn't. Now nothing but problems. This one won't come off. It wouldn't set down in the bottom. Now the piece of plastic is glued to the chunk of gold. You can see why they do this with gold leaf instead of real gold. But I wanted to be able to do this with gold that I mined myself. Just need to mine bigger gold is all. All right. Gold is freed up. Still golden. gonna burn it again. Uh-oh. Now it's rolling up. I'm gonna have to beat it flat again.
Get it.
In the pan. There it is. Trying to burn all the glue off of it now. Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Trying to glue a piece of Nugget Lake flour gold into this ring that I'm making. And I mean, honestly, it went well for a minute, and then bad things started happening, and they just keep compounding. But I'm get it. Hoping I don't have to start over sanding all of everything again, but I might. Have you been over there at all? All right, guys, I'm going to gouge this out again quick here. And then I know why I had a trouble the last time. So the hardener, which is why I burned this between steps too. The hardener is really oily, and it just kind of creeps into everything, and it stays active. So when I drilled that, cool. So the guys that are listening to the scanner thing, the cops do have the dad that ran from them and crashed his car. The 5 or 6 or 7-year-old kid that went to some random house for help has been wrapped up and is being taken care for by the homeowner. The cops did show up and catch the dad, and the kid is good. The cops are all on their way, so don't run from the cops with your kid in the car and then crash. I don't know. It's over there by Taylor, though. Bunch of meth heads. Nothing but bullshit in that neighborhood lately. So anyhow, yeah, I think when I tried to address this a second ago here and fix it, I think that hardener was still active. So when I put the new glue on, that's why I couldn't get this gold to set down into it, because it took right to hardening. But I have a very nice hole again, and I've cooked it and dried it out. I had a flake of gold, but oh, there it is. I need to hope I didn't lose it. I think this is it. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's it. No, there it is. Gold's playing hide and go seek on me. Okay. Go all the way back to the beginning here. I'm going to put the piece of gold onto the plate of steel. I'm going to really try to anyway. I'm going to hit it with a hammer. Oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm off to the side hammering this piece of gold flat again because when I got it hot before, it rolled up. Now I'm trying to get it off from the hammer, and there it is. I don't know if you saw it fall, but it's even bigger now than it was when we started. This ring just doesn't want me to be done with it, I guess. I keep getting so close, and then... All right. So I'm going to put another drop of the glue in. Droppity drop. And then we're going to try this, picking it up with the tip again. Successfully picked it up. I'm going to stuff it in the hole. Oh, it's in the hole. It'll come off from the tip. Oh, folks, I think the operation was a success. I had it in there really good once, but when I rotated it to do the other side, it floated there. Now I've got it sprayed, locked. 4 people watching. I thank you guys for hanging out with me through all my trials and tribulations here. All right. I believe even though this tip's kind of messed up, it's still a good tip. That tip is not. This piece of paper, I'm just going to get out of the way. I'm going to Right. Clean. So I basically just have to wait for that to dry up a little bit. And then we're going to go right on ahead and take it through from 100 grit all the way up to 3000 grit. We're going to hit it with polish. So about 5-10 minutes, this thing should be done. Like I said, I gotta just let that cure, especially if it's a little bit tacky in there when you start sanding on it. When you start adding the heat, and then it really will go. So actually, I better not spin it just in case I'm pulling that gold to the top if the glue is. That piece is really visible on the top of the black sand where it's not supposed to be. I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. If you want your gold to be visible, put it on top of a block of black sand. So, see if I can get any kind of a zoom going on. Okay. Zoomed right in. We gotta go Oops, that's not hooked up. There we go. There we go. And then let's see. Yeah, it looks hideous with the glue all over it right now. But you can kind of see the yellow or the orange popping. Wonder what's oh, it's this stuff giving it the purple. I see the purple in it. That'll come out when I sand it off, but why is it all of a sudden so purple? Feels oily. I said it should be good to go. We'll start slow. Piece of the 100 grit. Get it wet right away. I see the phone does not like it when I turn the drill press on. I don't know if it's the magnetics from the motor messing with the signal or if it's the vibration. Everybody left. I could try switching back to my Wi-Fi. Feels good. One thing I know I have to do, I'm going to find something metal to catch it with. Just maybe just the tip of these scissors. There's a hunk of glue on the mandrel. Well, a little piece of carbide. Just right there. I'm gonna go after that with a knife because every time that hits me, it makes a high spot on the ring because it's picking the sandpaper up off the deck of the ring when it does it. It's glue and black sand. Well, after that initial sanding, I still see 2 pieces of gold. And that other one should definitely be there then. Yeah, right there. 1, 2. So one should be, which one's the black sand one? It's there. I just haven't gotten back to it. Or it's, yeah, it's right there, I believe. There's one there. Oh, I might have lost that one. I might have sanded it off. If that's the case, we'll be starting over again. Much nicer now with that hunk of stuff gone. Feels smooth. Yeah, I like that a lot. Black sand, garnet, gold, quartz, gold. Well, black sand and gold, garnet. I think I'm missing one of my golds. So there's the black sand and then the black sand and then the gold. I should have a gold right here. I'm not seeing it. Black sand around the gold. So yeah, my hole's filled in. But I thought that piece was down in there a lot further than that. We're going to keep going. Weird, because I think I see it in there. I just don't see it. It's like when I catch it in the right light, I swear it's there. But the other ones are, it's obvious. Boom, there's gold. Boom, there's gold. You can see them plain as day. One more round of sanding. Take it up a couple levels. I'm going to take it all the way through, get it polished. And then if I have to chuck it back up and add a piece of gold, it ain't a big deal. A little wipey wipe. All I can think is it must be gone. So the next step is 180 grit. Little bit left. Yikes. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Okay. We take it to 320 grit. I try to use the whole strip of paper. I go back and forth, making sure. You can really see with these lighter ones, you can see when it takes the grit off. You can feel it too. If I can move this away a little bit and get that image to clean up for you. What we're looking at here. Yeah, it definitely likes to be further away. Which end are we seeing? So much of a delay between when I'm broadcasting and okay, just got a little bit left on this piece of 320. All right. Oh, that was weird. Sounded like something was running in my drawer. It's the vibrations. So this is a 1500 grit. Big jump from the 320. It gets hot fast too. This doesn't have the Velcro backing, so I can feel that heat a lot faster. Much better image in that spot right there. Looks cool. And then this is the 3000 grit Trizac. A good 3M Trizac. It actually has a polish compound built in with the 3000 grit. And honestly, 3000 grit is like sanding with a dollar bill. Not very aggressive at all. This is starting the polishing stage. Same exact stuff I would use if I was wet sanding and buffing on automotive paint. Trying to get fisheye or not fisheye, but orange peel or runs out of a paint job. You take it down with that 1500 and a foam pad, and then you would use this 3000 and a foam pad, and you get after it with the buffer. I definitely know a little bit about car paint and buffing it out, but Donna is the certified auto body and paint technician. She got me the job in the body shop when we first met, and I was kind of the shop bitch, but then I worked my way up to manager. And then she got pregnant with our first daughter, decided not to be around all the chemicals, and we both left the industry. We still dabble a little bit, fixing stuff, but there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it to do a good job. So that's the end of the sanding. The next step is polish. We got one piece of gold. Oh, I think I lost the other one. So the one piece of gold that was where it was supposed to be is still there. Piece of gold that I accidentally put on the black sand is not there. Because there's the black sand and there's the black sand. So one of the intentional pieces of gold stayed way down at the bottom. I see a little dimple above it that before I let this go, I would definitely be filling that in. Otherwise, the rest of it is pretty smooth. Oh, there's a little dimple there that needs to be filled right on top. That one's nice and smooth. As I'm rotating this, I'm looking at how the light is catching. Oh, that, you know what? There's that piece of, is that the black sand with the gold? Oh no, that's the gold. Okay. So somewhere right here, there should be a white quartz. You're just not seeing it. You'll see it more as a break in the Yooperlite. I am not going to polish it right now just because I have to work it some more. And then once you get the polish on, the polish won't let it be glued. Where right now, the sanding it probably is going to make the glue work better. But once you get the oily resins and stuff from the polish in there, then the glues aren't going to want to adhere. So I'm not going to actually polish it because I have more work that I want to do. But I am going to give up on this for the night. I'll go ahead and turn you guys where I can see. Where is, oh, I see where it's just zoomed in so far. So there is your piece of gold. And the streaks or whatever, you're really getting a good look of that finish of the ring. But the polish will make that, it'll look just like a mirror and it won't have those scratches. Boy, we got such a good image. If I could just stay still. So you can really see that Yooperlite's laid in there. I believe, I'm trying to look here. That is probably a pile of black sand right there. And then there's the red garnets. And then that should be, yeah, see the dimple? That's that dimple I said I got to fill in. And I think that's where the other piece of gold was supposed to be. It's not there anymore. And you can see we're really zoomed in, closer than anybody's ever going to look. And I believe that's a black sand. So there's quartz somewhere in there. I think the quartz just blends in so well with the Yooperlite. And the next coming around is the garnet. There you can see the garnet in there. And there's a little bit of a hole. You can see the dent right there. Oh, and then that's how the gold was supposed to look. Of course, I'll get that right in that light. See the dent there? So I'll have to get that filled and then I'll polish it back. And then there's a dent right there in the light. I'll have to get that filled and polished back. But that's what I wanted that gold to look like. And I mean, that's the exact effect I was going for. And it looks that good with the naked eye. It'll look even better once I fill that dent in, because it'll take that 3D effect away. It's gonna look like it's set in resin. So definitely just a few touch-ups to do. Now let's see if the camera will show you. Yeah, there is your Yooperlite. There's your garnet. The quartz might show up even. But you can for sure see that Yooperlite glow. That ring really come to life. There it's off. There it's on. So there's some more garnet right there. That's the gold and the black sand. Yooperlite, there is a quartz there. Like I said, you can't so much see the quartz as you see the break in the Yooperlite. And that right there would be the quartz. And then coming around on up, that should be a black sand, and then that would make that a garnet. And then this is where the gold was supposed to be. In that hole there, I must have sanded it out. And then there should be a quartz coming around. Look at that Yooperlite glow. Isn't that cool? All right, guys. I am going to let this be for now. I will, when I get my mojo back, I'll get in there and I'll get that filled in. I got to gouge out across from that piece of gold. I got to gouge out the other side, set a new piece of gold in, but I'm going to have to make a piece of gold to do that. And overall, I would call this a great success. Doesn't look like much of a ring, the Yooperlite rock, but you really got to get in close to see how much is going on. So this is Yooperlites that Zach and Rachel found, black sand, gold garnets, and quartz that me and Zach found from the Nugget Lake. So I plan on making one of these for myself with just the black sand, the quartz, and the garnets and the gold. And I'm going to set it in that black ring blank. I haven't gotten a chance to find Yooperlites myself yet, so I don't know how many people. I see there's 4 people in the chat yet. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to wrap it up. God, that's going to be so cool. Let's do one more time with it turning on the cool light. Look at that thing glow. And then that's I don't know what makes that turquoise color. If it's just, I honestly don't know. If there's an imperfection in there, or if maybe I picked up some glow powder. I know that I didn't realize. Thanks, Rachel. I didn't realize when I first started this that I had glow powder, and I crushed glow powder in with the Yooperlite. So there is a little bit. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna wind her up. Thank you all so much for hanging out, especially you, Rachel. You've been here the whole time. I don't know. Tell Zach to feel better. I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys soon enough. Everybody else, thank you. Thank you so much. See you all in the next video. Oh, no, not trying to. Oh, you want to stop streaming? Yes, I do. Have a good night.